Okay. So I promised I'll be training on bridal and fan. So one by one, I'll start with the things that I need. We need the arm fan skeleton. This arm fan skeleton, I have a lot of noise because of my generator. I don't have light, so I've been waiting for light, but I don't have light because I promised to come up by 9, but unfortunately because of light I could not. So I've been waiting and I've not still been able to get light, so I had to go with Jen. So there might be some background noise, but I'll try my best to be loud. So this is the skeleton. We can create skeletons by ourselves, but it's a little bit difficult. So that is why I advise that you give it to carpenters to make for you. If not, you can make it yourself. It's easy. The part that is difficult is not cutting out this shape. You can cut this shape with big scissors, but the part that is difficult is this handle. You will need to split the wood, saw in between the wood, saw in between, and now use it to hold this place with nail. That part is dangerous. I have the hand saw I normally use, but it's dangerous. It can injure you. So if it's possible that you get hand fan skeleton, I prefer that you go and buy hand fan skeleton rather than trying to cut. There are some we cut, we just use cutter to cut it. To cut the shape is very easy and you can cut out any shape. So this is the skeleton. Now I have this fabric. This is is like sheer cover, what they use to wrap furnitures. This is not velvet, is a sheer cover. You look at this this part, you see how plain it is, and then look at this part, it's like velvet, but it's normally used by those making furnitures to cover chairs. So that's what I want to first of all use to base. I'm going to base it because I want to work with red feather. So since I'm working with red feather, I'll be designing with silver. So this is to cover. This is alphabet. You get this alphabet from the market. You get it from the market. They sell it in different colors. The most popular color you can get is the silver and gold. I have the gold. Just permit me, let me bring the gold so that you see. All right, so this is the gold. This is the gold, and then this is the silver. All right. So this is a liquid glue. It's liquid. It's different from your hot glue. So I'll be using it side by side. It's called UHN. It comes in different sizes. And then we have trimming. I have patches. This is a bigger trimming to cover. And also this is meant for design. You can see how reflective it is looking. It's so shining, you see. It makes the beauty of the hand fan to come out very well. And then of course this is the feathers. Now for those that are beginners in hand feather, or if you have never made it before and you are thinking of making it, the first time you will buy this feather, it's not going to be looking the way this is looking, very soft and full, the way this one is now. It's going to look very dry. So you have to get it to uh, you have to get it to like be free like this, let it to rise like this. So for you to do that, you put it in the air where you can have enough breeze, air, to start blowing on it. It will now begin to open up the feathers to make it to become very full. If you don't do this now, and you just buy direct from the market, open up and use, your fan will not be full. So you, like for this one, I have spread it on in the air for almost 3 days. So I just put it outside whenever I'm in the shop working. I put it outside so that it air will just keep blowing on it. But assuming there is constant rain and you cannot take it outside for air, you put it on your standing fan. Standing fan, you know that fan that rotates, that comes with heavy breeze. You just hang it, put it in hanger, and then look for somewhere and suspend it in the standing fan. It's going to blow and open up the feather. So that's it. That's it. We are going to start now. I just felt I should do the explanation. If I don't, for those that are beginners, you might not be able to catch up with what I'm doing. So that was why I had to go ahead with the explanation. Sorry. All right. So straight up, we are going to cover. To cover it, I can choose to use this glue, or I can use hot glue. I work with hot glue very well because it's very fast. It's very fast for me. So straight up, I'll just like line this edge, line this edge, and just straighten the fabric. But if you want to use this, if you want to use this, I can, so just try to like rub it on it so that you can glue. You try to like, this will help every part to be fixed. So you can use this, or you can use the hot glue. So the hot glue will only glue the beginning and the end, but it doesn't matter. Does not really matter, because by the time you start applying the glue for the fan, for the feathers, it's going to help to still stick every other part together. So we have that. Please, if you have questions, you can ask. And I hope you are hearing me. But I told you I have generator on, I don't have light. Once there is light, I will go off. I'll go off air to switch over, please. But for now, there is no light. So as it is, I don't really need to bother about this part. Oh. I don't need to. I don't need to bother about it. So I'll just take off this. The part I use the hot glue is already strong, it's already firm, while the part I use the liquid glue can still like pull off easily, it's not yet strong. So that's why I always work with hot glue. If you have any question, okay, good morning, darling. How you doing? If you have any questions, please you can ask. Once I see it, I will respond to you. But we are going to do this from beginning to end. Then by tomorrow, I will be up by, let's say, 12, because I have something to attend to in the morning. When I'm done with that, I'll come up because I have some fascinator tutorials I want to come live on. You know, when we do the YouTube video, fast forward a lot of things, but with this one, you have the opportunity of seeing everything. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much for confirming to me that you can hear. So this is, you can see we have changed this. This ready. We have to know what we want to spell on the fan. So what we are going to spell on it is what will determine the space that I'm going to leave here. So what I have to spell on this fan is um what do I have to spell? What do I have to spell? Okay. I don't know if you can see. You can see what I have to spell. Very long. Ayer, then Akpofure. So it means it's long, and then it means I have one on top and then the other under, because it cannot go. So we are going to be looking at what distance can we have. Ayer, then the Akpofure will come like this. So we are going to be having a good distance. I would like to mark it out. So can just go. So I will need this space. I will need this space. For the back, we might not write anything on it. So we'll just use the same space, because you are not, once you are leaving this space because you want to write on the front, you will leave the same space at the back, because you don't imagine that your fan is covered to this part at the back and then the front. Do you understand? So you just follow the same line and use the same depth, follow the same line, then use the same depth. You can measure, you can take measurement, and of course our ruling now is not, it's not the final say. What I have ruled does not have the final say, but you have to ensure that the part you have to lay both in the front and the back, they are the same, so that even when we are not spelling on the back, we will be able to use our designs and trimmings on the back. All right, so I'm going ahead. To make fan is not difficult, it's very easy. So I'm just going ahead. I'm going to start by gluing. So let me just bend it down where you can see clearly. So the placement of this can 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 be like this, because you know the feather has a part where it faces like this. So it can be like this, or it can be like this. Whatever placement you start with, that's the placement you should use. So if you are turning it down, turn it down all through. If you are turning it up, turn it up all through. Me, I'm going to turn up, because when you turn up, it has a way of making it to look like it's very, very full. So we apply on the fan. We apply on the feathers. All right. So you can see that we don't really have much space, but that does not mean we should just do two lines and say we are through, except if your client is not paying you very well. If your client is paying you very well, then you can make sure you force the feathers in and get a level of weight on it before you. So you are expected to turn around it, and of course the feathers is flexible, so it follows your leading, right? You can apply on the fan body direct like this. So the first line is done, so we cut it. You don't have to turn. You see how big the fan is. So it depends on how you spread. Depends on how you spread. So we go. The second one cannot climb up. We are going to cover this place. I want to cover this place. I want the whole of this place to be the silver hand. So I don't want to cover and leave only here. So I will not allow this to climb the top, but I will be doing it under. Stop on the edge, then we'll proceed. Please always apply your glue generously. Generously, because I've seen that, not I have not seen, me myself, I've done a job, I did a job for somebody, and by the time the lady was snapping with it, only me can see my fault from it, because some of the feathers were pulling off. You don't want to do any work that you are not proud of. So always, like, make sure that you have your glue well applied to what you are doing. The example I'm giving you now, I was one that I was the one that did the job. So I have an issue, and that's the fact that this handle is not evenly placed. So you can see that I just came out here one, and the whole handle is finished. But on this other part now, you can even come up to 3 times. So we are not going to do that mistake. I will just cover it once, because if I don't do that, you have this part very full, while this part will not be full. So you avoid that type of mistake. You have to check. If I had even taken notes earlier, I would have reduced this side, I would have trimmed it to make sure that I have the same distance left here on this side. But that one is past now, because I don't want to pull the feathers and having to break it. So I'll just go straight to the end of it. I didn't take note of it in time, so that I don't have the fact that I'm turning on one part 3 times, and on the other part. So you can see that I'm finishing one full fan, full feathers, I'm sorry, here. And you can see that I wasn't managing at all. So I'm finishing one full feathers on one part, and when I'm done, I'm still going to put it on the fan. I'm still going to allow the fan to work on it so that I can have a fuller hand fan, so that it can be very, very full. Just give me a minute, I want to attend to something. Okay, I'm back. All right, so when I'm done, I'm still going to, if especially if I don't have time, maybe it's an urgent work, you know, the way our people used to do. If it's an urgent work and I don't really have the time, then I have to ask my clients to please don't keep it. Even if I package it to give to you, I will ask you not to keep it. Please don't keep it. When you get home, bring it out, lay it directly under your fan until the day you want to use, or if you are not using immediately, after 2 3 days you can keep it, because it is meant to really come out very full. It has to be full. The beauty most times is in the weight of the feathers, that is the fullness of the feathers. It's very good if you can, if your client can pay well. In my market here, because I'm based in Delta State, I've said it severally that I'm based in Delta State. So in Lagos, things are cheaper than we get it here in Delta State. You know, our vendors here, they have to first of all buy and then start thinking of how much it costs them, to get it, to worry. So based on that, they have to charge based on their expenses. Of course, every marketer is there because of business. Every marketer is there to make profit. So we are not buying the same rate that they buy from Lagos. So in my market here in Delta State, I think this feathers goes for, as at today, it goes for um I think 2,200. That was the last price I bought. So 2,200. The reason I'm saying this is I have had a lot of you coming up to tell me, oh ma, I've learned it, I can make it now. So how much should I charge for this? If I make for somebody, how much should I charge? You know, you don't know how much you will charge until you are able to calculate all your expenses and know what it costs you, before you can say, oh, I can charge this amount and it will be convenient. So you can see that as small as the space I gave, I was able to put my full fan, the full feathers on it. So I'll repeat the same process here. So you have the feathers very full. By the time we are done, we trim. So we don't leave it like this one. By the time we are done, we are still going to trim to give it an even flow. Then before we hang it back on fan, so that the fan can help us scatter, scatter, scatter and open it. So this is where we are going to spell on. So we are covering the back. You can see that to make fan is very easy. You can make for yourself if you're a bride to be. You can actually make for yourself. It's very, very easy. Very, very easy. All you need to do is what I have shown to you now. It's as easy as you see. There's nothing difficult about it. I'm going to finish this process here. I'm going to finish this process. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. So we're finishing this process right away. Remember, I said tomorrow I'll be coming up with fascinator. I don't know I actually said 12. Sorry, I actually said 12. 12 noon. 12 noon will be okay for us to do that. I was thinking I'll do it today, but I don't know. Maybe if I cannot do it today, then I might not go live on it. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Let's just see how tomorrow goes. You have to curve it. Oh, you can see that I'm covering it. The same placement is what I'm using. So this was the challenge I was talking about, that I didn't take note. I should have trimmed. To trim this plyboard is very easy. It's soft. Even these scissors on my hand can trim it. It's soft. That's why I said to cut the arm fan feathers is very easy. The arm fan skeleton, to cut it is very easy. It's very very easy. But this handle is just the only problem. This is the only problem, because for you to cut that place open with saw, omo, you have to be careful, as in you can just cut your vein sef. Very difficult. It's not as this noise dey disturb me o. So it's very very difficult. It's not as easy as you just think it. It's not easy at all. And I will go tell oga to make sure una dey do something. I'm online. All right, so remember we went 4 times on the other side, so we're expected to still go 4 times here. The easiest glue I use is hot glue, and this hot glue machine is not too expensive. So if you are thinking of making your own, and maybe you are saying, oh, I and buy cannot go and buy the hot glue, is a waste of money. This hot glue is not expensive, and of course even the candles, they are not expensive. They are very I think candle is like 100 naira here in Nigeria anyway. Don't know how they sell it. So you see now, it's big and full. So we still have one more line. I was a little bit distracted because of some persons that were coming into my shop to just disturb me just now. So I could not really think what I have done. Maybe I've done like 4 times now. I don't know. But I don't know why I should be having this remaining if I've really gone 4 times. Is anyone watching? All right. So let's just go. I think this should be the 4th time, because I was distracted. I hate distractions when I'm working. But the people I have my shop around here, wahala. Once I put on gen, everybody is coming in. I want to charge phone. I want to do this. I want to, in short, it takes time for me to get them to understand that I'm doing something online. You don't have to distract me. So that's just it. Right? So we are covering, I believe, because I was distracted. I cannot really calculate what I did here that is making me have this extra. But I'm just going to hold my extra first and see if there's any need to fill up any space. All right. Okay, I just remembered I was talking about price. Let me come back to it. I have a video I made on price. on how you fix price, but I know that a lot of you did not watch it. Sometimes I take my time to make videos and very few persons will watch. I will just be laughing. Do you know some of the informations I give to you, you pay to get them? You pay to get them. But when I see I put video out there and people are not really watching, I say, do you just think watching what to make is all you need? You need some extra ideas that can help you. If not, you will be seen working and working and you will not make profit. You will not make profit. You will just be working for working sake. So I was telling you, I said the price headers. I bought one for 2,200. So these two is 4,004. Right? This skeleton is not usually expensive. The skeleton is between 300 naira. Just it's not even up to 400. So 300 naira for the skeleton plus 4,004. You now say how much is that? I'll be like 47. All right. Then this alphabet, you cannot calculate the full money of this alphabet for one person, but you can use it for more than one person. So when you want to calculate the full money, let me say this alphabet, I don't even know the exact price now, either it's 3,000. So you are not going to calculate the full money. So let me use alphabet 1,000. Then I know that this training is about 300 naira, so the two is 600. This is about 1,000, 1,000 or 750 because a full yard is 1,500. And then I think this is 500. Then you also calculate your candle, your light that you are using now, all the embellishment that you are going to use. You calculate everything, and then you can go ahead and fix your price for your labor. So after adding everything that you have used, you now go ahead and say, okay, this is what I'm going to take for my labor. And when you want to take something for your labor, you have to think of even the transport that brings you from your house to your shop. Is very important. So this is what I will be crossing like this. I'll cross it like this. So it will start covering this and cover up to this place for me. When it has finished covering up to this place for me, then I'll go ahead and use this to wrap. I don't know if you understand. So I will be coming like this, in, go back, or you can come like this, in. When you cut, you continue, but just make sure that you are stepping on this. That's the only way you can cover it. I dey do something. Later, please. This is what I'm saying. I have to lock my door. I lock my glasses so that they don't start disturbing me. So I go like this. Then ensure that you are using the part that have the design to face this side. Eh? Don't turn it like this. Oh. Don't turn it like this. Put it like this. Let the part that have the design be the one facing this side. So let me start. Let me start. You know, when we explain, we have to do some practicals. You can use this. Oh, all right. So let me see. Beautiful creation. All right. Thank you very much. So we'll go like this. The moment you start applying hot glue to this, it will start to shrink. So we start from the top. Palm. Allow it to step a little bit down. A little bit down. Don't know if it's close enough for you to see. I want you to see everything, so you might not see my face, but please see it. Let's look down, 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 down. Right? I think you can see well now. So we'll be applying it. like this, but it will be shrinking. Don't go too far, eh? Don't go too far. So we'll go. Yes, this part is very hot. This part is hot, and then it can get irritating to be gluing to your hand. So what I normally do is I put bowl of water by my side. So I want to get water. Don't laugh at me, oh, it's breakable plate I'm using. So I'm just going to put my hand in water. Look at, I have water. So I'll just put my hand in water so that as I guide it, it will not be gluing to my hand or causing stains. All right, so we'll go like this. This aspect you have to be careful, if not you will see your candle glue everywhere. It's not going to be nice, and we need it to step on the feathers. So that's why you should not go inside too much. Don't go inside too much, let it step on your feathers. You can already see the design is creating on the feathers, or let's say on the fan. All right, so that's why it is this part we design that you need to place. Let's put my hand in water. Don't spend too much time pressing it. Don't spend too much time, so that, and as you are spreading it also, you have to look at how far it went on the other side. But like I said, because of the irregularity at the beginning that I did not trim off, I might have some extension here now, if not I'm not supposed to. So you are training with me this morning. Good morning to everyone staying online with Creative Hands International. Good morning to you. Good morning. So today you are all my trainee, watching me from wherever you are, right? So this part is the part I'm not happy about, but I have nothing to do about it now because I didn't look at it very well. I was too much in a hurry to start because I've wasted too much time. So this is it. We are going to turn it like this, eh? And then we will now continue like this. You get me? And you might choose not to cover completely, oh, because even as I'm working, I might choose not to. While I was looking for alphabet, I was thinking I could get something darker than this, but I couldn't. So I'm just trying to see what I can do, because the alphabet is supposed to be very clear on where I'm putting it. So I'm even thinking that at the middle, I might open some parts for the red, so that maybe I'll just have the letter there instead of covering it completely with silver. So I might just cover to maybe this point, and I'll stop. Then I'll start to put my alphabet, because I'm still thinking. I just want to see. Okay, I think it's okay. We're still going to see the spelling on it. The spelling will still show, so we'll use it like that. I'm going to cover completely with silver because I need the spelling to really be like pronounced. So, but the pattern that my client sent was completely silver, and I don't like to alter people's choice. Don't like to alter people's choice, except if it's really, really necessary. I don't alter your choice. And if I'm going to alter your choice, I have to call you, explain to you, and make you see reasons why we have to do it my way. If not, and if you even still insist that no, that's what I want, I don't want anything other than that, I go ahead and do what you want. So don't pull it, oh, don't pull like view like this as you are walking. Don't pull. If you pull, it will not relax like my own is now. That is, don't drag it. Don't pull is the right word too. Don't pull. Don't pull. If you pull, it will not relax. The part of the design is what usually take a little time, and you agree with me that without design, whatever you are doing is nonsense. So without embellishment, so we cut this here. We cut this one here. Cut this here. So to do that, we first of all lay it across. Lay it across like this. For those of you that are yet to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit on the notification bell. So have you seen? We've not gone anywhere, and this fan is already beautiful. We have not gone anywhere. This fan is already coming across. We are still going to be laying stones on it. So please, again, don't go too fast. As in, don't like, oh, and then this place is meant to be completely covered. So lay it on each other. Hmm? We are still going to apply stones. We are still going to apply patches. We are still going to put some kind of reflections so that the beauty is this particular place where we are designing now that has everything. This particular place that has everything. How you are able to design this place. It's not the feathers, oh. It's not the feathers. The feathers it's not the beauty of Anfan. Yes, it can be full and all of that. Sometimes even the feathers is not full, oh. You will still see that the Anfan is so beautiful, especially when the person designing has a very high taste. You know your way with embellishment. Once you know your way with embellishment, your work is always coming out. Some people don't do so much design because they are scared to buy things. Say, the things I'm using is too much. Oh, the things I'm using is too much. The price, how much? That is why you should charge your clients. Charge your clients because if you don't deliver a good work, they will soon start comparing your work and say, I beg, she's not trying. Don't you see the one that other girl used in her marriage? They don't know that it's because the person paid well. So you have to tell them this is the amount to so that I can give you good work. And it's very good when you have pictures too. So assuming a client is trying to price your product very low, no, yeah, it's Anfan 10,000 I want. and you are saying if I make this one for you is 20,000, the good one is 20,000. If you are giving me an option between 10,000 and 20,000 and you don't have a picture for me to really make comparison, then you are just wasting your time with that your option. You understand? So you have to get pictures that proofs of the quality work. You get proofs for the quality work and why you are saying that amount. By the time clients compare things, I always find out that there is no client that will see the best and will choose a lesser one. I have not seen that client once. Not seen it. So get pictures of proof of your work so that they can see the quality and make their choice. They will be willing to pay so that you don't just sweat all day and you don't have anything to show for it. That one is not a good testimony. So we have gone twice. We've gone round twice now. We are still going round because I've decided that I want to cover. I want to cover. We are going to cover this part too. So please stay with me so that you see. Asanwa, beautiful bride. You have to make your client to be proud of you. And don't be scared though. If you have watched this my video today and you've never made that fan before, go ahead and make. You will not make any mistake. You will not make mistake. Just be careful the way you see me being careful now. You will not make mistake. Go ahead. You can do it. You can do it. I always want to encourage us, especially we women. Don't stay at home doing nothing. Hey God, it is dangerous. Odikwa very dangerous. It is very risky. Odikwa risky. You have to get up. Get up and wake up like that music we say. Wake up, wake up. What I am doing here now, you can do. You can start with just creating samples and hanging it by your shop. Either it is what they call it, maybe you are even selling provision before and you see that you are not even making much from that your little provision. Just go ahead, buy things, buy, just make one, make small fascinator. I'm coming up on fascinator tomorrow. Make small fascinator, make small fan, hang. There are some people that are looking for places where they will do these things and they don't know where to find the producers. Once you hang it in your shop, there is already an advert. Before you know, people will start coming small small. When they see that the work of your hands is neat, is nice, it will sell itself. All the risky o, don't sit down o, don't sit down doing nothing, please. Please, all these things are working. You can produce turban, is working. If you are a Christian and you are going to church, your church members will buy. If you are a Muslim, in short, Muslim even cover their hair more than Christians. If you are a Muslim, you have clients already. Just let them know that you are doing it. Please, it's a way you can use to earn a living easily within your own terms, not living under any boss. Nobody is giving you order. You are doing your things at your time. You understand? You can attend to your family. When you are done attending to your family, you come over and then you start what you are doing. So please, please, women, ladies, stand up, wake up, wake up, wake up. The competition is high. Everybody is doing one thing or the other. Don't be left out. Don't be left out, please. I've said before, if you have questions you want to ask me, ask so that you are putting questions now, we read it and I will answer you. So I keep touching water and you see that as I'm doing it like that, it's not sticking to my hand. It's not sticking to my. So successfully we are almost done covering this part, because this part is difficult for you to wrap through. But what we want to do here, you will just see how easy it will go, because we will just wrap through. Even without applying glue, you can do that place. And this skeleton I show you, in case it is this skeleton you want to buy, they call it purse skeleton. Like, okay, say handbag, they call it handbag skeleton. So when you are looking for this particular one, because there are different ones now, you even have the round one, the all round and all of that. So if you tell them you want the handbag skeleton, they will give you this very shape that I'm using now. It's called handbag. They call it handbag because you can hold it like you are carrying a handbag. So I will, after turning this, I will cover this place. So you'll see how I cover it, though my trimming is almost finishing. So I'll cover and then I'll work with other. Shit, I just made a mistake of allowing glue to touch my feathers. It's going to. So all this part that is rising now, we'll still touch them. And when you touch water too, I mean, it helps it to sit quickly. It helps your trimming to sit. There are different ways we can cover this place. So, but let's just proceed first. If this trimming I'm using is not enough, then I will have to cover it in another way. So you can see that we still have here and we still have here. So I will have to. So we can go like this, but because of this distance now, there is still a distance here. Okay, it's like I'm just scared for nothing. The trimming will be okay, will be enough. Let's just go one more round before I cover it. So we lay it, the part that will not be covered, the part that cannot be covered right away. So when I lay it, I allow some part of it to come out, some part, because that's the part we are just going to close that part together. If we don't want to close it together, there's a way we fold it in, but let me see if my trimming will be okay first. My trimming is okay. I'll prefer to do the one that we fold in, because that is the neatest one. That one is very neat. So we still have to, if we can cut this here without having to continue. cut it. This place is still left, so we are going to continue like this and cover this place. Let's see if this can cover, can do the final covering for me. So we have this, so I can raise it now, right? So I bend it so that you can see everything before. So this is what we have now. We have this. So we are going to cover this edge like this. So when if you don't, if you have enough um trimming, you can go like this. You put your glue, like this. Can you see it? Like this. Then you take your trimming and fold it on it. Fold it so it's neater. You see how neat it's looking when you fold it on it. But assuming I don't have this extra now, maybe I will just overlap it like this and then apply glue and then fold it down. It will not be as neat as what I want to do now. So we'll just go ahead and put our glue. So go ahead and apply glue like this. Just careful. Should not be too much. Then we are folding on it now. We take this. Put it end to end. So my glue is out. It's no longer effective, so I have to apply it. So look at it. See the edge, because it matters. Especially if you are not making for yourself, if you are making for somebody, it matters. So nobody want to spend money where they will not get good finishing. So your finishing matters. So we have this. We have this. I'll go ahead and touch, just touch to make sure it is resting. So every part that is standing, just touch. Check the other side. So you see this one that I did not put my hand in water. Was almost going to break my arrangement sef. But once your hand is not in water, it's going to have the ability to stick. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. La 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 la. So we use this now. This one is very easy to use. So we just go like this and keep turning. Pia, 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 pia. Very close. You don't need to um apply glue continuously. You apply at the beginning and at the end. That's all. But if you like, oh, you can use the wet glue. So we go, we move. So let it rest on each other. Ensure you can repeat it twice. You can repeat this thing twice. What I'm doing. You can have your first layer, come back on it because this your wood. It's not supposed to show at all. You can cut it if this length will not allow you, because me it's not allowing me to flow. So I used to cut, but I will not cut this one. Just want to flow with the training. Are we getting it? Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to top it twice. I'm going to top it twice because I don't want to see the wood at all. I don't have business with it. I have no business with the wood showing. So topping it twice. Start the first layer, come back again. Because sometimes you might really think, oh, I'm very careful with wrapping it. And at the end of the day, the thing will just be looking at you with space. You see some spaces on the wood that you will now start battling with. Me, I don't have power for that one. So I try to, any part where I know that errors will come, let's fight it. Kinda, I don't know what is this. Oh, I'm also. What language is that? Oh, eh, I don't know. Oh. Maybe I will interpret it later. I'll use a Google Translate. But for now, I don't know the meaning. So I'm done. I'm done with the first one. Eh? We cannot just move. Oh. You will stick it. Because if you don't stick it, it might not stay in that position. So we stick and then come back. So now that we are coming back a second time, we are very, very sure that it is covered. There will be no space. The wood will not be traceable. The handle will not be traceable at all. If you are doing your work, you have to be conscious of how it will come out and look beautiful. How, when your client is looking at it, cannot find a trace of your skeleton, a trace of your rough work at all. All your clients should be seeing is perfection, the perfect work. That's all they should see. So don't worry, oh, I told you we are going to trim. Please, I want you to stay, because if you finish all this and you don't know how to go about your trimming, it might not really come out. So I will still have to. So this is the second wrap. We don't need to go uh, round it again. We are done. So it will be time to place our design. So I'm going to stop this here. See, see, our handle is ready. We are going to trim, but we'll trim at the end of it. So we still have these patches that we are going to use, and then we have this for some form of touches, some finishing. All right, some finishing, some good finishing. So we have this, and then I want to spell. I want to spell. I want to spell. So I have Ayer, then Akpofure. Akpofure. So I'll first of all start by picking out my letters. So I need 2A. I need Y. I need E. I need 2E. I need R. I like the way they make this alphabet. The reason I like it is because you can get, like, R now we have up to 4. So I need R. Yeah, 2R. All right. I need P. Are they busy? Oh? So I need P. I need O. I need K. K, K, K. U. Okay, let me check if I have my spellings already. So we have A, K, P, O. Oh, there's no F here. So I need F. F. Where is it? Okay. So F, U, R, E. These are porphyry. And then we have A, Y, E, R. Then we have an apostrophe at the top. So let me see. I can't get. So you see that we have here an apostrophe. The alphabet is a complete package, as in complete. You want to make sentence, so you will make it with it like this. Yeah. So we are going to place it now. It's time for us to spell on the fan. One thing I know with the fan spelling is the spelling can go one side or it can be on two sides. You don't just hurry up to spell. Oh, you might just make mistake, especially if it is plain. So let me bend this again. Eh? Let me bend it and move close. Sorry for the shaky video. That's because it's a live. Uh, so we look at where we really want to choose as the front. Both sides are okay. Both sides are okay. So I don't think there's anything special about any side. So because this already have some form of lines that can guide us, it's easier. But assuming it's a plain thing, we need to take measurement and rule. So these already have, but we have to be sure where we want to put it. So we are going to be putting it and looking at it, making sure that we are okay with it before we go ahead and glue. Please don't start with gluing. Don't start with gluing. So what I'm trying to do is the positioning. The positioning is what I'm trying to achieve. You can see the fan is curved. So we have 4 letters. 4 letters. Because of accuracy, please a minute. Oh, the dog movement. Jube! Jube! Come and carry it. Yes, I know. Okay, I just went to switch over to light. I'm so sorry for that interruption. All right. So that's it. So we were at the point of positioning. Is that okay? So I wanted us to take a measurement. Now I have light, so I believe that maybe my voice might be clearer. So I wanted us to take a measurement of this distance, because you don't just do the things anyhow. When you do it anyhow, you see that your work is not perfect, and then you don't want that to happen. So look at, we go around with our tape like this. Hmm? It will give us an idea of what we are working with. We have 9.5. So if you divide 9.5 by 2, you have 4.5 here plus small, that is 2 piece. So it means this is the middle. This is our midpoint. We'll just put a little sign we can use to identify it. So since this is our midpoint, I don't know if you are seeing this sign sef. Since this is the midpoint, that is where, assuming this later is 5, the first one I want to use now, assuming it is 5, I would have just started with the number 3. I will just put the number 3 here, so that I know that 2 will be here, 2 will be here. It will help me to centralize. But since this is 4, since it is 4, we are going to have 2 at the middle. So we start with our A, coming on Y, because this Y and the E are supposed to drag the middle. So like this, and then we have the arrow. I think if you look at it now, the positioning is better than when I did not take measurements. Yeah. So we have it like this, and then we put the apostrophe at the side here, like this. Simple. I hope it's clear. So we'll go ahead and begin to glue. We'll go ahead and glue now. So you can use your liquid glue, or you can use the normal glue for it. So whichever one you are choosing is okay. So I have light now, so I think I'm having a brighter feel. Yeah. So where you pick it from is where you place it. Where you pick it from is where you place it. You have to be careful. Just line it. I prefer the small hot glue. As I am here now, my eyes is picking exactly where I remove it from. So you have to still check the height at the top for your placement. The height. Oh, so we have our E. Your height matters. Normally, if it's a plain one, if it's a plain base I'm putting it now, I rule. That ruling helps me to know my boundaries. But this one is easy, like I explained before. The lines of the trimming is guiding me. Right? So we have the arrow here. The reason I like working with hot glue is because of the fast work. It's very fast. It will glue now, 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 now. It's not like when shit. It's not like when you are using liquid glue. When you put liquid glue, you have to allow it to rest for some time before it will start to stick. So we'll place our apostrophe here. Maybe I will use this for that because I don't have hand that hot glue will burn. So you see, that's why I don't work with it. I beg. That is why I don't work with it. Don't use it that often. Okay, so we go ahead and put akpofure. So akpofure will be guided by the number of letter we already have here. It will be guided. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of the letter must be in the same position with this one. Then since it's 8, 2 will be here, 2 will be here. So we are going to look at the spelling. What comes first? A AK is going to be outside the letter. So P O O Akpofu. F F U will be within this 4. This 4 is already guiding this one. So it now means that we have our AK outside. Are you seeing my calculation? There's nothing we do in this our work that we don't calculate on. If you don't calculate like that, your work will not come out well. It will look like, do not look professional. You get it? So we can place it like this now. The distance you are using also matters, so that this and this will almost be in the same space. So we'll go back a little like this. So we're very close with this. Is okay. So this is what we have. Can you see it? So that's it. So let's go ahead and fix. You can see that you don't just do the work. You do the work. I've listed my O, then my F. I'll place my F under the E. F under E. You have to still check your distance. So I've not placed this one, so I'm doing the ones that have guide first. And you know that this thing is not straight. Since it's not straight, what you are placing to have to curve. Have to curve. You cannot place it straight. when the thing is curved. So if you place it straight, it's going to alter it. So we are curving along the lines, just like that. So it's not a straight something. So we curve. Right? So we're facing the last one, which is the E now. If you are not careful like this, you'll be surprised that you finish your spelling, the fan becomes ugly. That's it. Oh. You'll be surprised that you finish your spelling and the fan becomes ugly. So it has, there's nobody that does not even make mistake when it comes to this. If you are not careful. If I'm not being careful with what I'm doing, I'll make mistake. So before I finally place, I normally look at what I'm doing to see. So before I place this last one, so I have to look at if the distance will rhyme. If what I have there will rhyme. So it will not look like one is, so it's okay. But since I've seen it's okay, I'll just press it down. So this is it. So this part is raising a little. I'm just going to put it down. So the back is not having any spelling. If we like, oh, if we like, we can just put thank you. You understand? Thank you at the back. Or you might not just put anything. So let's go ahead and fix our pouches. You can trim this pouch using what do they call this thing now? Trying to, is this soldering machine? I have it there, but I'm not using it. So you know it's hot. Once you just pass it through, it will trim very quickly for you. So as it is now, you can have your flow like this. You can decide to just have like one here, one there, one here. It's not compulsory it goes round. You can place it, the way I'm placing it now, or you can place it in this direction. So which one looks better? It's our choice to make, like this or like this. What do you think? Or we can place one like this. We place the other one in the other direction. Yes, you can alternate it. Like as this one is facing here now, The next one can face it, or can just be, or it can be together. But I'm not really thinking of putting this thing too well. Just thinking of going like this, one. Then maybe there will be one here, so that I don't get it too busy. So that I don't get it too busy. So if we have one here, or if we choose to, we can go inside, can go inside like this, and have it also at the back. Then if you choose to, you can have one here, but I don't really think having one here is necessary. It's too far down, so we're just going to have it like this. This one is facing down. It's open. This one is facing down. This one can also go like this. We have it like this. We have it on the other side. Then when we are done, we can decide to have use this one, which is the reflector, to line it round like this. Or if you like, you can cut the reflector and place it in sensitive parts. So you see the reflector. I don't know if you can see very well, right? So we have this here. We are going to have it here. I don't need an extension. I don't need an extension. This thing is wide enough. Anything that makes us go like this is too much of an extension. So I don't need an extension. I'm just going to have this curving itself this way. And then I will now rotate the other one. Or if I choose to, you can like place them like almost the same way. Like, let me see if I'll get the right side. And the right side. All right. So it just have to like turn the other way. That's just how it will stay. So like this, and then we'll have it on the other side. Then we'll put the reflector in the front. This reflector cannot go around. So I'm just going to have it in the front. Since I'm going to have it in the front, I would like to place it first so that I don't have to be shifting from this while I'm placing. Because if I place this one first and I want to place this reflector, it means I have to go backward. I have to go backward like this. But I like to place the reflector first. So let me just place my reflector. So after placing my reflector, I'm placing the patches. I will be done with this tutorials. So I will be done once I'm done placing the. Okay, don't worry. I said I'm going to trim for you to see. I'm going to do that. Don't worry. We are going to snap it together. We're going to see the picture. We're going to trim. Thank you for staying with me. I can see that those of you that started with me, you have been here. Thank you for staying with me. Sometimes I get tired of going online because of the time it takes. You agree with me that if I'm editing uh tutorials online by now, I should have just like fast forward all this part and we are done. So that's the difference between going live and the online videos. Is different. A lot of parts will cut off, but sometimes it's good that you see it. You know where how we arrive at some decisions of designs that we are taking to. You understand? So you can see I have to like contemplate. I have to try it out. I have to see how the interpretation at every level before I'm choosing to say, okay, this is my final decision. But if I'm loading it up on YouTube, you will just see my final decision. So you just think, oh, everything is just too perfect, 2 minutes they are done. It's not true. Sure, you are seeing how long we've been. You are seeing how long we've been online now. So it's not true that in 2 minutes we are done. We cannot be done by 2 minutes. Oh. Like, even to fix the alphabet just now, you see how long it takes me to like start to mark out positions, take measurements. If not, you will just fuck up like worry people language. You will fuck up anyhow, and you don't want to finish charging somebody and then not doing what, taking the person to the place the person don't know. Or carry the person go where you don't know. I like when I finish work for my client. This is one thing that gives me joy. When I finish work, they will look at it and say, oh, thank you. Eh? The person who paid you money to do work that you're supposed to thank is the one telling you thank you. It's a sign of satisfaction. So when that kind one happen like this, man, my belle dey sweet, because that's what we want. We want our client to be satisfied. So when you are giving them something that they can be proud of on their D-Day, they will thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I love it. Then when I want to find trouble, I say, I hope you don't have issues with it. Oh, I say, I hope you don't have issues with it. Oh, you see, then it's one pack of the feathers. No, it's two pack. Two, not one. You cannot use one pack of the feathers. It's two. On one part like this, I used one. On the other part, I used one. So while I was doing the other part, I was a little bit distracted, so I could not fix the whole one on it, but it was still full enough. So this is the front. It's beautiful, Abby. Look at. Let me bring it very close to you. You see why I'm calling this a reflector? Because if you are not close to it, you will not know why I'm calling it a reflector. You see it? Yeah. So that's why I call it a reflector. It reflects and bring out the beauty of the work. So look at the back that we have not done anything to. I'm not going to do that one online. I've showed you all what we need to do. Eh? Right? So I'm going to trim before I do that back. I promise that I will trim for you to see. So meanwhile, we are going to fix this and fix this. So one is facing up, one is facing down. Let's do it like this. Bam. You will be sure that, oh, your client will say, oh, thank you. It's not the client that is going to tell you, put all these patches, so do it like, it's not the client. All this thing I'm doing has to come from your mind to look at it and say, what can I do? What can I do to make this fan outstanding? What can I do to make it look beautiful, to make it look unique? So you go ahead, buy things, especially when you know that your client is paying you well. buy things and make sure that you deliver, because if you deliver for one person, that person will bring another person, that person will bring another person, and before you know, people are bringing people, and people are bringing people, and your work is, you are getting very, very busy. So we are going to trim in a minute, so just give me, I just want to make sure that I conclude the front, so that when we just look at our finishing, the back is not a problem. You have seen what I did in front. I'm not going to repeat exactly everything in the back, because the back is not going to have any name. There's no name, but all we need to do is just to place other reflectors, stones, so that the back can come out well. But is it that they cannot fix name in the back? No, they can. You can always fix name. If you Okay, so this is the conclusion of the front. This is the conclusion of our front. So we are going to trim, but you have to be careful, because your trimming will go like this. You have to be careful. So I'm going to well done. So let's just conclude. So I'm going to do the trimming now. Remember, it is round, it's a moon shape. So because it's a moon shape, we are going to trim. So if you look at it now, you can see that under there are a lot of irregularities. It's not equal and all of that, and you don't want to hand over this to your client. So we go ahead and trim. How do we trim? You can just take the position of what we want, or secondly, you can just go ahead and begin to remove all the part that you feel is stretching out excessively, that is not supposed to. All right. So after I remove all the part that I see is overlapping, and I still feel that, oh, it's not even, as you are removing the part, you still have to check to make sure that you are still going to have a good shape at the end of the day. So it's not just removing, remove and check. So don't just go ahead, don't be too fast, don't be in a hurry, don't be in a hurry with it, because if you make any mistake at this point, you are going to regret it. You're going to regret it. So please don't be in a hurry. So we do it bit by bit. See how it's going. Don't just feel, oh, this place, I'm supposed to remove it, and just hurriedly remove it. It might just lead you to trimming your fan very low. So if you have the time, if you have the time, which I will beg you to have, you can go ahead and take measurements. See, what is the distance here? Here is 5. Okay, here is equally 5. All right. So here can be longer than 5. Yeah, we just have like 5.5, which is not bad. So that if, assuming here is 6 and here is 5, I'll reduce here. But I don't need any reduction now. So it's okay. I'm done. Just remove everything I need to remove. Auntie, please, I'm coming. I'm busy. I have an online class. When I'm done. After I spread it now, if I still see that there are some parts, when you spread it and it starts coming out, spreading out again, you will still see some part that you might need to remove. So when you see those parts, you go ahead and remove it. So look at it. We're done. We're done. Can you just send me a thumbs up? Send me a thumbs up. Send me a thumbs up if you like the finishing. Ow. NEPA just went off. Seriously. All right, so this is it. This is it. I am done anyway, so I don't have to go and put on generator anymore. I am done. So from my end is going to be bye. I'll see you tomorrow when I come back online. All right, I'll be live tomorrow and I'll be live with tutorials on fascinators. Do well to join me by 12 noon. Bye.